All right, how's everybody doing? Today I want to talk about the road to Iraq. So, in the previous video, I talked about my class being divided into three parts after 9/11 happened. So, once we graduated, we all had to go to our duty stations, which for all of us was either Okinawa, Japan, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, or Camp Pendleton, California for FMSS. FMSS is Fleet, Field Medical Service School. And that's where you go to learn about the symbiotic relationship of the Navy and the Marine Corps. And you learn to become Doc. Doc is a term of endearment that the Marines call their Navy corpsmen once you've proven yourself. Meaning, in field med, you learn field medicine, right? So there's battle dressings, triaging, how to run a sick call for Marines, how to perform as a Marine, because we have to learn their weapon systems and be familiar with them. We have to learn their radios and how to operate them. We have to learn land navigation and how to move around with them. You need to learn everything within a combat environment with the Marines. You don't want someone to be doing a hand gesture and you don't know what it means, so you're just running around the battlefield trying to figure it out. There's no room for error with that kind of thing. So you gotta lock in, pay attention, learn what you need to learn, because immediately following FMSS, you're going to go to your unit. So, following that, you go to the unit and you check in, and I'm thinking, wow, this is it. I'm about to do the thing, right? I check in to this place called Medical Battalion, and on the wall it says Cheaters of Death. Imagine writing home to your mom, telling them the new people you work for call themselves the Cheaters of Death. It didn't go over too well. Anyway, yeah, no longer was I wearing dungarees and dress whites, but now I'm wearing digital camis, and I'm learning how to roll my sleeves, and I'm no longer shining my core fams. I'm learning how to put a shine on my boots, and doing everything the Marine Corps way, except for the haircut. I couldn't do the high and tight. That wasn't my thing. Give me a bald fade any day. I couldn't do they call it the the horseshoe, the high and tights. No, I couldn't do it. Google it, see what it looks like. You decide. I mean, a lot of brothers is rocking the baldy. That wasn't for me. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking, okay, I'm with my Marine Corps unit and with Med Battalion, and I'm surrounded by all these Fleet Marine Force Navy corpsmen, and I'm just, excited to do the dance. And they asked me, this important question. They asked me, do you know how to use a weed eater? I was like, what? A weed eater? I was like, I can figure it out. They're like, good. Next thing you know, I'm in my Navy coveralls, and I'm cutting grass and picking up trash all around the base in Camp Pendleton, California. Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. But that's what I was doing. I was a new guy. You got to do new guy stuff. Regardless of it being wartime, you still got to do new guy stuff. So in the midst of all that new guy stuff, I had to study to get the best warfare device I'll ever have, and that's my Fleet Marine Force Navy Corpsman warfare device. It's something that someone can never take from you. I believe in my previous video you can see it in the background, but I'll have to somewhere in this video like kind of superimpose a picture of it so you can see it. But it's definitely a badge of honor. But outside of picking up trash and stuff, I did a lot of training, and then you get get assigned to your unit or whoever you're going to deploy with, and I had to deploy with Shock Trauma Platoon, or an STP. Within our Shock Trauma Platoon, there's other Navy corpsmen like myself, just lower ranking, and then you have your leadership, and then above that you have officers who are actual doctors and surgeons who deploy with the Marines, and you get assigned your vehicles. I was trained in driving the Humvee just like everyone else, but I had my own Humvee, which was a CBPS. It's a chemical and biological protective room that pretty much inflates out of the back of a Hummer ambulance, and it's used to, you can perform major procedures, triage patients in a clean environment at any given time. And at one point in time, just fast forward, once we did get into country, we had to do a mass casualty, but I guess I could elaborate on that in a later video. But we deployed in an STP. So when I returned to boot camp, just to back up a little bit, there was a date written on my sea bag because they had to reissue me my sea bag. And typically in the military, anything that you get will have, will use a stencil to write on anything. So everything you see is in stencil, but this was in Sharpie, and the date was January 17th, 2003. That was the date that was written on my bag. Mind you, I was being reissued that bag in 2001. So I'm walking around asking people, hey, what's this date on my bag? What's this date on my sea bag? And they're like, no one knew. One person suggested that that was going to be the date that they were just going to send me my uniforms if I had never returned from, my exodus from boot camp. But I don't think that's true, because it just seemed like a random year. Fast forward, once it was time for me to actually be deployed to Iraq, the date that was written on my bag was the same date that I deployed. That's some scary stuff, right? We floated to our Kuwait first on a naval vessel, obviously. That was an experience I didn't enjoy very much. We all got sick from eating bad fruit on ship, along with having to master the sailor walk, because you're on a flat bottom ship, so it's rocking like this. So you got to learn how to walk on something that's rocking like this while you're nauseous from eating bad fruit. How about that shit? Oh, I said that. I'm sorry. Will that take away from the video? It doesn't matter. Anyway, how about that? And to add to that, we had to administer the smallpox vaccine on the ship in that enclosed area. We could tell Marines all day, hey, don't scratch or pick at it, or it'll spread, it'll get worse. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That wasn't fun. Sleeping in coffin racks, that wasn't fun either. And it's called a coffin rack for a reason. Imagine sleeping in a coffin. It's like that. And you strap yourself in. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all. Anyway, we get to Kuwait. We stay there for a little bit until we get the word to go into Iraq. And I remember once we went into Iraq and I had my vehicle, we're driving in, and one of the sergeants was like, look, and we saw this vehicle that was had been exploded, and there was the first casualty of war that I'd ever seen. And mind you, I was 19 seeing this and driving this vehicle, and that was the beginning of the wildest 2 years of my life, because I was in Iraq 10 months in 2003 and 11 months in 2004. And it was intense. I had my 20th and 21st birthday in Iraq. Um, I don't know what most of you were doing when you were 19 and 20. I would guess if you graduated with me in 2001, you were probably going to clubs or skipping class and doing all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, we were doing the thing. It was definitely life changing. Um, and just the benefit of doing these videos now, I find it to be therapeutic. I don't really talk about this stuff very much, or have the opportunity to, especially my current profession. Um, but I plan on doing more videos and definitely elaborate on the things that I saw and my experiences. Um, yeah, stay tuned. I got some more to tell you. All right.